A tall figure sat by the fire pit. It was Wolf Peak, the one who had saved her. He was intently whittling a nearly finished wooden spear with a sharpened stone dagger. Noticing Suji had awakened, he stopped what he was doing, turned his head, and his sharp eyes, which stood out in the forest, revealed a barely perceptible concern in the fire.
You're awake. How are you feeling? Have some broth, it'll help you regain your strength.
The experience of being betrayed by Daji made her like a scalded cat, unable to easily trust anyone again, even if that person was her savior. Suji subconsciously curled up, looking at him warily, a low whimper escaping her throat.
Don't be afraid, we mean no harm. In our Black Forest, if we see any creature in distress who needs help, as long as it doesn't bare its claws, we will lend a helping hand. This is a rule passed down from our ancestors.
As he spoke, he ladled a bowl of steaming meat soup into a wooden spoon and placed it on a low wooden stool beside Suji's bed. Then he retreated back to the hearth and continued whittling his wooden spear, demonstrating through his actions that he posed no threat and leaving Suji with ample space and a sense of security. The rumbling hunger in his stomach finally overcame his vigilance. Suji struggled to sit up and picked up the rough wooden bowl. The soup was scalding hot, containing large chunks of animal meat and unidentified roots. The taste was not refined, even a bit salty, but it carried a simple and warm power, sliding down his esophagus into his empty stomach. A warm current instantly dispelled the chill and despair deep within his body. For the next few days, Suji recuperated in the wooden hut at Wolf Peak. She gradually discovered that this orc tribe was completely different from what she had imagined. There was no rigid hierarchy and bloodline discrimination like in Qingqiu, nor the omnipresent intrigues and treacherous nature of the Kayaj Palace. Although the orcs were rugged in appearance and had loud voices, they were straightforward and sincere in nature. Through the window of the wooden house, she saw the orc cubs of different races, bear cubs, tiger cubs, wolf cubs, and leopard cubs, wrestling and playing the most primitive wrestling games in the open space in the center of the tribe. No one mocked or ostracized the others, because they looked different from themselves. Their parents were nearby, cheering their children on in loud voices. Occasionally, if a cub went too far and made a companion cry, they would step forward and scold it, then drag it home by the ear. One afternoon, a young bear cub tripped and fell while chasing its companions, its knee being cut deeply by a sharp rock. Blood flowed freely, and it cried out in pain. Suji watched the scene, and, as if possessed, walked over. She crouched down, extending her furry blue paws, her palms gleaming with a faint soft blue. This was the innate spiritual power within her, originating from the yin stone, carrying a hint of healing. In Qingqiu, this meager level of cultivation was utterly insignificant, but after rescuing the infant and escaping Kayaj, she seemed to have gained a new understanding of this power. It wasn't for fighting, but for a bluish light enveloped the bear cub's wound, like warm spring water. The bleeding gradually stopped, and the gruesome wound healed slowly at a visible speed, leaving only a faint pink mark. The bear cub stopped crying, blinked its big eyes curiously at Suji, and even stuck out its tongue to lick its paw. The surrounding orcs were stunned by the scene. This news quickly reached the ears of the tribal chief, Bear Mountain, the patriarch of the Bear Clan. That very night, Bear Mountain personally came to the wooden hut at Wolf Peak. He was like a moving mountain, each step causing the floor of the hut to groan. He exuded authority, yet his eyes were